Some of the biggest viral marketing moments didn't start with a marketing plan.
They started with a mistake or something completely unexpected.
A confusing email, a random TikTok comment, even an employee posting at work.
And sometimes those unplanned moments create more attention than the original marketing strategy.
Exactly. So today we're talking about why some brand failures or unexpected moments go viral and actually win.
And sometimes perform better.
Yes. And I think it always goes back to what we've talked about a lot in past episodes, is that social media really rewards authenticity, humor, relatability, and some of those unexpected moments.
And really how you capture those unexpected moments and what you're doing to show that authenticity.
Yeah.
I know for one, it's like putting a real person behind the screen, whether it's, community manager, social media manager, everything, but really having someone there.
Yes. And I think a lot of brands and companies overcomplicate it and they go for like perfection, but sometimes it's not the perfect moments that win. It's the real moments that win.
Exactly. Too polished and just like fluffy.
Yes. And, it makes sense if we ask why. People relate to mistakes, awkward moments, and some of those behind the scenes realities.
Yeah. Showing the truth, showing your experience, really just, reviewing what you've seen, felt, everything.
Exactly. And these moments create conversation, even memes, which we love, commentary, stitches, and reactions. And in this episode, we're going to talk about a few really standout examples. And it's going to make sense because, everyone wants to know how to hack the algorithm, how to go viral, how to get more views. And this is like a telltale way.
There's really no way to hack it, but we can give tips on how to really grasp it.
Yes. I mean, this is, if you ignore these situations, you're ignoring all the potential impressions.
Really signs in your face. You just need to grab it.
Exactly. And like we always talk about, going viral, it's more about the story, not the strategy. Everything's storytelling. Everything has to connect to a story. We had Melissa Larea on an earlier episode, and she's talking about, branding and copywriting. And all of it always boils down to whether it's a huge tech company or a little small mom and pop restaurant, storytelling. And that's what these examples do. So our first example we're going to talk about is the Reformation and Clara cardigan story. Have you seen her videos on TikTok?
Yes, the TikToker Kim, where she shared a story that went viral, sharing her confusion from email marketing that she got.
Yes. So
Reformation.
So a lot of people have heard about how you have to personalize your emails, personalize your ads. Everyone's saying, personalization is going to win in advertising and marketing. So I think Reformation maybe went a little too extreme with their AI capabilities. And they were like, hey, Clara, they said, hey, Kim, you're invited to try our Clara cardigan and come on down to the store. And she took it as like, oh my gosh, this is my big break. Yeah, Kim took it as like, this is my big break from this email. Reformation really wants to work with me as a content creator. And this poor girl, she filmed a bunch of clips like going into the store before she goes to the store.
Yes.
Now, she even like drove like an hour away, paid for parking. She even had all these ideas and she emailed them back like, these are my ideas for this cardigan. This is how we're going to promote it. And they were just kind of like, that's nice. Like not knowing what it meant.
Probably just a generic auto response.
No, that store actually responded to her, but they thought she was just like some influencer doing her own try on. They didn't know that she expected that like it was at some brand event. So it was miscommunication all around. Now, she could have been so embarrassed and had held on to all this content and never shared it. Instead, she owned like how mortifying, but also like, I don't think it was my fault. I think other people would fall for it too.
Yeah.
People ate it up. I followed her immediately because I'm like, if you can show vulnerability and show like
shares the story.
Yes. This is not how it was supposed to be, but here's how it went down. And everyone kind of said like, okay, I would get caught off too. Or like you emailed and they emailed you back. Like everyone kind of had her side or her back. And some people were like, girl, that's definitely an AI email. But it just goes to show that she didn't have anything to lose.
Yeah.
Right?
Also just wishful thinking. She's a reader. Why not?
Exactly. So, and it went viral because a lot of people related or they said, wow, it's so awkward. Or even like if you felt secondhand embarrassment for her, you still watched or felt that for her.
Interacted and you were like, I need to see how this played out.
So now Reformation is getting all of this social media algorithm views and impressions for their new cardigan. This cardigan is $198. It's made from 95% recycled cashmere. It is not a cheap purchase.
No.
Right? That's a nice size purchase for a sweater. They didn't have to advertise one bit because this girl's talking about it. Everyone's like, I want to look up this cardigan.
Everyone wants the cardigan.
Yes,
everyone
now it looks nice.
Regardless.
So this was Reformation's moment to either ignore it or take advantage of the moment. They decided to take advantage of the moment to do a feel-good story, and they apologized. They let her pick out her cardigan. They gave her
color. They give it to her.
And they just made it more of like a nice like story about it.
Yeah.
And
now it's like a joke. It's like memorable, and it's showing that Reformation can do good.
Exactly.
Not saying that they did anything bad, but like
they owned it and they made it right.
And giving her the support back that they just gained all this traction.
Exactly. And what did it cost them? One sweater.
That's it.
Out of literally it's all it did. And everyone's talking about it. So it was so worth it. Another example, which is probably one of my favorites, is Topgolf. So actually Topgolf's been facing a big downhill in people going.
Yes.
When it first opened, it was all the rage. Everyone wanted to go to Topgolf, have parties there, whatever. But how many times, if you're not really into it,
Topgolf
bar.
Yes.
If you're not really into golf, like for me, for example, I've gone a couple times. I don't know if I have to go that much back, but like
it's not like top of my to-do list.
No, and I'll go again for maybe someone, but I'm not like I have to go back there. Like I'm not really great at golf.
Yeah.
So, but people love it who are, or like it's team bonding. But like a lot of people have been there, done that. It's not like I want to go back.
Like one and done.
Then you also have competition with Pop Stroke, Putt Shack, a lot of these.
Drive Shack.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. There's so many that are opening, and they're all very similar. Some are mini golf, some are indoors.
I will say Topgolf does a good job at like people thinking all that form of like golf is all Topgolf, if that makes sense.
Yeah, because they were one of the first ones.
Exactly.
So they've done a good job. But they have competition now.
Yeah.
So in this downturn, they, are still marketing, and they're sometimes, the numbers did show that there was a downward trend. Then this one this one location had a really bad storm, and all the netting was falling in. And they were showing it on social media and the news and how they're going to fix it. Well, this one guy named Logan in early 2026 was looking forward to having his company holiday party there. Mm-hmm. And he was like, well, I hope it's going to be fixed in time for my company holiday party.
It's an innocent comment.
Yes. Well, it went viral and became an inside joke online. All of these random people were commenting their account saying, it better be fixed for Logan, or like we're praying for Logan, or like Logan has to have his holiday. It was a whole joke.
What about Logan?
Yes, everyone was on Logan's side. So instead of Topgolf ignoring it or being like, of course it'll be fixed, they leaned into it completely.
Their social team did a great job of responding to the comments, responding with humor, and just really interacting
and not trend. And then even beyond that, they, instead of having a regular holiday party, they went above and beyond and added like a red carpet and all this experience. They had videographers. They had photographers.
They made backdrops with Logan's name.
Yes. They had decor with Logan. I mean, they really went above and beyond on purpose to make it like a fun social media thing. So that way also, I mean, social media is holding them accountable. Everyone was like, where's this party?
Yes.
So now they couldn't really deliver a cheesy party.
No.
And even if the company was only paying for their basic or whatever package, we don't know. They went all out because social media was watching, and it made it a fun story, and it made a lot of people be like, I want to go back to Topgolf, or like, that looks fun.
It makes them love Topgolf.
Yeah, and I want to support a brand. Exactly. A brand that's doing good.
And that can take a joke.
Yes. And that's the thing. They didn't try to control the narrative. They didn't try to be like, well, it's not our fault that a storm, hurt the nets. They just leaned into it, embraced it. And it was something that could not have really been planned.
Yeah.
And I think that's why the audience ate it up.
And imagine they just skipped that comment or disliked it. So you just have to authentically reply and just not really expect it, but roll with the punches at the same time.
Exactly. And now my third example, this is a very new one. So Staples hasn't really jumped in yet. So we're going to see if Staples does anything with it. But this new example is this girl on TikTok. Her username is Oblivion, but she goes by @BLivXX, and she is a print specialist at Staples. And she got a nickname called Staples Baddie by TikTok because she started posting like, did you know that you can get this from Staples? Or did you know Staples does
giving like
this?
Staples hacks.
Yes. Or like, did you know you can get all of this done for this price at Staples? It's cheaper than doing it at home. And she's telling people all these services that they have. And everyone's like, wait, I haven't been to Staples since like
And she's giving Baddie
yes.
in her videos.
Yeah. So it's fun. And everyone's talking about how Staples is now getting busy. The other day, someone posted they were at Staples in New York and there was like a line down and around at the cashier because they didn't have enough staff to like handle it. And like people are like going there now more than ever before. So this is still very new. So Staples hasn't really jumped in yet. It'll be interesting to see if they do a partnership with her,
by the time this drops,
a commercial with her. Yeah, because I mean, that's all you can hope for. Having an employee who wants to be some sort of a creator or some sort of an influencer, but they're using it for the brand's good, embrace that. If you have people like that in your company and employees who can be the face or who can garner attention or a following, that's going to be 10 times better than Staples putting out their own TikToks.
Yes. Or, you know, if they have to invest in influencer marketing, if they can rely on their employee, because it's true, people trust employees more than
and think about Staples sounds,
especially Staples is a huge,
it sounds corporate, it sounds robotic, it sounds boring.
No one's really going to want to like follow this like polished, like how you can best print paper with us.
Right. Yeah. Her tone is funny, casual, slightly chaotic, but very authentic. And that's why it's exploding. And it's so funny because you even have people making their own like videos of Staples Baddie or people adding on or duetting. Yeah. Like people are really into this.
Or looking for Staples Baddie when they go. Another great brand that comes to mind is Aritzia and their fashion advisors. I always see their TikToks of like, what just dropped this week at Aritzia. And it's like, I'd rather follow and see what these girls are wearing and how they're styling
than the brand
versus like the brand's Instagram.
Exactly. And her account, Staples Baddie, only blew up recently, and some videos already have 4 to 6 million views. And what we know what that would cost when we're doing social media advertising. It's expensive.
Yes.
You know, cost per impression, cost per 1,000. It couldn't be high right now.
It's not rare. It's expensive to
it's expensive. So the fact that it's not costing them anything, it's has real impact. People are actually going to Staples. They're not just watching. One TikTok user even posted about $1,000 skateboard wall art project that she was able to get done from Staples because of this video. So they literally credited her. And comment sections were filled with people saying like they didn't know they offered those services. They're switching orders from their local competitors to save money. They're visiting stores specifically because of her. And now we're going to see what the brand does. Right now, Staples hasn't shut it down, and they shouldn't. And now that we think that hopefully they're going to use her more. I know they said that they did send like a care package or they've reposted, but I think there's so much to come of it because it's so new and it's trending. And that's what's fun about social media. Just like Logan, just like the cardigan, it's fleeting.
Yeah.
So you got to take advantage of it while you can and know that, you know, yes, something's going to be on to the next or new, but take advantage while you can. And then also people will go back and that content lives there or that story lives there.
Or it lingers or it's
exactly. When people are searching for it, it's going to come up. So it's worth, you know, taking that on. And all three of these examples share something really important. It's that none of them started as a traditional marketing campaign. None of them were people sitting around a conference room saying,
planning a deck
pitch. Yes, this is what I decide. It was unexpected. It was human. It was relatable.
And I noticed that's something a lot of times we'll get feedback from clients. They'll be like, I don't really get the focus of this post, and I don't really see how this connects to the brand. And it's like not of course it's the brand, it has to stay within the brand tone and everything, but not everything has to be highlighting your services. You know what I mean?
Right. Different content pillars for different reasons. We kind of keep pushing. Yeah, we keep pushing clients on that. Like I have a client the other day who was like, well, why don't we post about all these services in a row? And I was like, well, we already created these pillars and we're separating the content.
Yeah.
We talked about that in an earlier episode with batching, but it's having room within those pillars and having room within the services to jump on these kind of trends. That's going to make the content more exciting for followers.
And relatable.
Yes. But beyond all of this, if you are not using a social listening tool or you are not engaging or you are not seeing what's going on online, you can't really jump on all this.
If you just don't have a real person behind the screen, you're just posting and ghosting, like
or AI whatever and not engaging,
responses,
you're going to miss.
It's not going to work.
Yeah, you're going to miss these moments. So we believe a lot in engagement, and we do a lot of it for our clients. It's a service we offer. But if you don't have an agency doing it, then you as an owner you need to look up, what are people talking about? If you have a fitness brand, what's going on in the fitness community. If you have a makeup brand, what's going on in the makeup
what
brand?
trends can I jump on within this community?
And then with these social listening tools, you can get alerts when people are talking about social media. I would get an alert. And then you could jump on it right away versus having to scour hours and hours on the internet. So there's so many ways to go about it. Exactly. But if you're not listening, you're missing out on some of these big moments and things to jump in on.
And if you're not just responding and authentically, like the Logan comment, imagine they never said either. They just said sorry or or a very automated response. We're working on this. Please bear with us.
It would have never taken off.
That would have been nothing.
Exactly. So brands that win online are the ones that acknowledge the moment, engage authentically, and move quickly.
Yes. So remember, if something started at 10 a.m. and you respond at 5, the internet also could have already written a story for you.
Yes. Kind of an example, a bad example, this is not a good one, is McDonald's did a video of their CEO trying one of their products.
Yes.
And it went viral bad for a bad way.
Quick.
And very fast. So if they would have jumped on it right away, they could have changed the narrative or changed the story, but they waited so long that it's going to be hard for them to roll that back. And there's so many videos of people making fun of it. So it's one of those things of just staying on it quickly. And sometimes the moment that feels like a mistake can become the moment that people probably finally notice your brand.
Exactly.
Some people who don't know Reformation might be like, wow, for a cashmere sweater, while it's pricey, it's a good investment on a nice piece for work or a nice piece of my daily life. I'm going to go try it.
Quality, or I didn't even know that they have physical stores. Let me go to the store.
Exactly. And it just goes to show that, sometimes the best marketing campaign is not a planned campaign.
And sometimes the best marketing campaign isn't even a campaign at all.
Exactly.